So I know rom-coms can be boring, right? Especially if overwatched. But wow, what on earth is wrong with so-called slightly single in LA or not? You know, that is the most superficial, just disgusting too. I mean, I don't know why on earth any kind of movie at all has vomiting in it, but there we go. As if somehow the comedy wasn't really comic whatsoever, right? It had vomiting, as if somehow it improves the situation whatsoever. And then it has such an unbelievably feeble attempt at romance. So what the hell is that? If that's romance, then wow, romance is not even inspiring whatsoever. I cannot believe it. So they have some sort of weirdo thing in the sun, and I don't even know. They don't even have a connection. And then suddenly she tells him no, she doesn't want him. And what? Oh, who cares about all this? And you know what? Generally, I don't care about romance in rom-coms. If there isn't even much comedy to begin with, I'd rather have comedy than any sort of romance. Romance often doesn't quite work in rom-coms, and I'd rather have. But with this nothing worked, like absolutely nothing. There was nothing of anything except vomiting. That's pretty much it. That's the highlight of the movie, really, just vomiting. And then of course we end with a pseudo marriage because of course every rom-com has a fucking marriage. I mean, what? And this doesn't even happen. What is this? Who made it? I just whatever. I don't even know. I mean, maybe maybe one is too harsh on a first time director, but it's so bizarre. It's so boring. Honestly, I couldn't finish it in one setting. It doesn't often happen, even with most other rom-coms. I'm not saying rom-coms are at all generally interesting. Very rarely do I find a rom-com that's interesting. But what is this? This is the opposite of interesting. This is so mind-numbingly boring. It's what it's I just. I mean, I wish they invest more on the comic side. I mean, what is this? This is, you know, it did somewhat begin comically, but then descended into absolute pure boredom. I mean, who cares who's hooking up with who? What the hell cares? Why can't you focus on some sort of comedy? That's pretty much it. I cannot believe this. Like, I mean, it seems like a relatively obscure movie. When it comes to obscure movies, it's not like they usually are either too good or too bad. I mean, either good or bad. Just because they're obscure. Yeah, I've seen interesting obscure movies, but not this one. This one is obscure and absolutely boring, and it seems like the average rater seems to think so as well. So for once, I do not disagree. With them, I'm just unbelievably just. I didn't even know what it was supposed to be about, and it's just like what is this? I don't even know who half the people were. Honestly, it's just comic due to the fact that they apparently had a cast of like 70 or 70. You know what? Reduce the cast. I can't believe the director won some sort of script writing award. Did- yeah. This was something. This was the epitome of boredom. Truly. Um, it made little sense. Not that film composition makes sense, but I mean, I just can't believe how boring it was. Stuff. It made Hollywood look like the most superficial thing ever. By the way, it just did. You know, I mean, who cares if someone is a producer or not? If you're hooking up with him, sure. Honestly, man, it's the most bizarre thing ever. I just, might have began, slightly, but it completely cut, just question, just a question, just yeah. So whatever. Okay, that's pretty much it. It's whatever. That's its name. It's yeah. I just cannot believe how boring rom-coms can be. That's pretty much it. I've seen better rom-coms, many better rom-coms. Rom-coms aren't generally bad, good though.